Hello, I am back with part 3 of my Zaku build video. Hopefully I'll be able to get the other arm done, the hands, and maybe start on the waist with this video. Now, while we're working, of course, I will have some music playing. In this case, After War Gundam X ending Human Touch by Warren Weeb. Sad story there. He was only like 45 and he took his own life. 2 years after Gundam X was canceled. He was like the only English-speaking, in fact, only American person to do a Gundam ending theme. And it was in English. Yeah. Gundam X is one of those severely underrated series. The designs were cool, some of the story was cool, but it got canceled. I don't know why. I mean, ratings for it just weren't that good, and it just seems like a real shame. Especially since it was kind of the series that was aired directly after Gundam Wing, which, as you know, is a huge success here in the West. Anyway, here's what we have so far with the Zaku. And all of his weapons, of course. You know, we got the Strumfaust, the machine gun, the bazooka, the shield, and the Heat Hawk, which I didn't even really need to put together. It was all one piece. Anyway, let's get started. Doesn't want me to work on the hand yet. It wants me to work on the other arm, which I think is kind of an odd choice, but whatever. First we go to A2 parts 41 and 42. So right here. I've been playing a lot of Gundam SD G-Generation's Overworld, and interestingly enough, out of all of the recruitable people from Gundam X, only one of them, who is a non-combatant, is actually categorized as a new type, which I thought was interesting. I mean, the captain for that series, he ended up becoming a pilot later on. He apparently was a new type, but his abilities left him after the events of a war, which I didn't even think was actually possible for a new type to suddenly just, like, fizzle out. And the cat wants in or something. Yes, Salem? What's up? What do you want? You want out? Is that it? Yeah, my cat wanted out. Okay, so I got this part and this part. These are some of the key joints for the arm. Next, I need A34 and 36. Next is a Gundam F91 tribute using the American song Ready to Fall. Kind of intense. F91 was supposed to be an actual anime series, but Sunrise wouldn't allow that, so Tomino had to condense like the entire story into a movie, which, as you can imagine, was kind of a disaster. Had some really cool mecha designs, though. I mean, it wasn't bad. I just feel like it could have been a little bit better. And we didn't even get a direct continuation because Tomino did like a manga sequel to it called Crossbone Gundam, and it was set like 10 years later or something, which was actually kind of a letdown because, you know, it's like all the characters who survived F91, which was really too fast, were mostly mentor characters. So, I don't know, it felt like even though it was geared as a sequel to F91, it really didn't, or, you know, like a true vision for F91. I feel like we really didn't get everything we were promised with it, especially since it comprised like 3 different manga series. I don't know, it just seems a little odd that that he decided to do like 3 spin-offs in the same thing, and none of the F91 characters were really that important. Except for this one guy with an eye patch, I forget what his name is right now, and he turned out like to become a hero during the beginning of Crossbone Gundams, but he ended up turning on everyone. Which I felt was like kind of an odd choice, and that was like a major story arc in the Crossbone Gundam thing. But I don't know, Crossbone Gundam seemed like a bit of a mishmash. I mean, they kept changing what was going on. And Tobio Arnix, the main character of Crossbone Gundam, actually didn't care very much for him. I don't know. Came across more as like some overeager fanboy who seemed to like view himself as really self-important. Like, if we actually ever did get, like, say, an OVA series or something based on Crossbone Gundams, I really hope that they would downplay his importance a little bit and focus more on Seabrook Arno, the main character of F91, who is like a mentor character in that as more of he uses like this alias. I hope they would actually do more with him, because he seemed like he was a really cool character in F91, and he just sort of was pushed to the background for Crossbones, which I felt was kind of ill-fitting, because he was definitely a more impressive protagonist. Next is a tribute to Mobile Suit Gundam Igloo. That was a short OVA series using CGI. It was actually pretty good, all things considering. It was set during the 1 Year War, so again, another side story to the 1 Year War. It seems like that's the thing they really like doing the most side stories to. Like, we're led to believe that Nothing really important happened during a lot of the other side stories. It just seems like they always try to put the 1 Year War up as important. It was the most important moment for like everything. There's like 100 different side stories to the 1 Year War. Okay, so I got this part done. That's like the key joint part for the arm. Okay. Next comes A7, which if you watched part 2, you would know is one of the key armor parts for the arm. In fact, that's where the arm gets its parts of its blue coloration from. See? Goes down. And fits into place like that. Yeah. Alright. Next comes A16 and 17. These are again make up the majority of the blue armor comprising the arm. Let's see, critical parts, PCI. Places in the heart. It's part of the 3 decades. Collection. won't be able to upload any of these actual, like, part 2 and part 3 for a few days until my mom gets back from the hospital, because I'm making them a little bit too long. But, you know, I sort of feel like just doing them at small intervals just really wouldn't be that good. I don't know. I mean, do you guys prefer the longer videos or the shorter videos? Anyway, this is part 3. Not really that much done got, you know, not that much got accomplished in this part. We'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to, you know, do another part and upload that soon.